have you ever wondered what men today are thinking and feeling? Well, the 2025 State of American Men reveals the surprising and kind of worrying truth. Hey, I'm Amy, and you're watching Your Brilliance TV. So, over the past year, I have spent a lot of time listening to the voices of men, finding out how they feel about love, how they feel about women, what they're worried about, and what they wish for. And you know what really stood out to me? How vulnerable they felt. You see, men today are under extreme amounts of pressure. They feel that their identity rests on being a provider. And so all of this economic anxiety is hitting really hard. They feel pressure to be strong, to be a good friend, to be more masculine. And on the flip side, they feel like no one really cares about them. No one asks them if they're okay, and no one really knows who they are. And even more sad, many of them feel that they are actually unlovable. So it was no surprise to me when I saw those feelings echoed in the 2025 State of American Men report. And that report is well worth a skim. I will put the link below in the description box. Now, the report points out that men tend to feel a lot worse about themselves after spending time online. Online, they're hearing things like, quote, men have it harder than women when it comes to new opportunities. Men can have their reputation destroyed just for speaking their minds these days. Things are generally better when men bring in money and women take care of the home and kids. Feminism is about favoring women over men. And finally, you must be an alpha male these days to get a partner. Now, those are pretty difficult beliefs to hold. And when men lack supportive relationships with men and women, they are more vulnerable to endorsing toxic beliefs like these. And these extreme beliefs can isolate them even further. For example, if they believe that all women are out to use men, they will interpret anything a woman does as an attempt to use them. And the sad thing is, the more extreme men get in their beliefs, the more they find themselves in this echo chamber ricocheting with negativity. So then they start lashing out. They start shutting down voices, calling for humanity and connection. But there is an antidote. For the men brave enough to have vulnerable conversations, and for the women who are brave enough to meet men there is a beautiful modality by the late Dr. Sue Johnson called emotionally focused therapy, better known as hold me tight conversations. Dr. Johnson teaches us how to share our deepest truths in a way that feels safe. And look, we are not taught this because without having those skills and that practice, getting vulnerable nearly always means getting triggered and getting hurt and blaming the other person. Now, I want to be clear here. Vulnerability in itself is not the answer to our problems. Learning to hold each other's vulnerability safely is. Now, if you are interested in learning the skill for yourself, I will put a link to Dr. Johnson's work below. I can make more videos about this if you want. Just make sure you're taking really good care of yourself because it is rough out there right now.